Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series, The Last Viking, starring our character here, Jarl Jorleif Vemenderson. And then that last episode, we did some pretty extensive raiding here in the lands of Estonia in order to build up a little bit of money and build up a little bit of prestige. However, as you can see here, we are at still a very high prestige deficit, and that is almost entirely from the fact that we've got a pretty significant amount of men-at-arms here for the size that we are as just a jarl of one island here. So we do need to correct that, and I do plan on correcting that rather soon. Now, one of the things, I didn't really discuss this in the last episode because we were just getting started. We do have a couple goals like becoming a Viking, developing our own culture, and eventually, perhaps towards the end of Jorleif's life, feudalizing as well. But there is another goal that I've been thinking about and that has been suggested by some people in the comments, and that is to build kind of a little island jarldom here by taking the various islands of the Baltic, and I think that's a pretty interesting plan. So the ones we would normally be looking at here would be Åland here, Saaremaa, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but you get what I'm saying. This little island over here in Estonia. Then, of course, we've got this one here, Åland, and then Bornholm down here. So these are kind of the main ones that I'm looking at. However, there are also the islands here, Sjælland in Denmark. These, I guess it's what, 3 counties here? So these ones I would also consider as well. And those are really the only ones that are like single islands. Essentially, there's small islands attached to various other provinces and stuff, but none that are counties themselves. So I do want to actually go about capturing these because we do have this interesting decision here, which is to expand our duchy. If your duchy has fewer than 4 de jure counties, you can basically subsume other duchies, so we would be able or other counties, so we would be able to get like some from these places and add them into the Duchy of Gotland here. So that's something I've been looking at doing. Now, one other thing that I didn't think we could really pull off, but I'm starting to reconsider it, is this decision right here, and that is to found a new kingdom. Now, the first 2 things that we have here, the first 2 requirements, are pretty easy. Get to level 3 of fame, we're probably going to hit that no problem. We're already an independent ruler. But this one here, or at least one of these, you need to hold 3 or more duchies, and the realm size of the Jarldom of Gotland is 30 or more. So you need one of those. We're obviously going to be attempting to play tall here, so we're not going to be hitting a realm size of 30 or more. But could we hold 3 duchies? Well, if we're only trying to get islands, which I am going to stick to, I don't intend to take any, mainland areas. Well, if we take a look at that, you'll see that there's a serious lack of duchies that we could get. This is part of Uppland. This is part of Estonia. This one's part of Småland here. This one's part of Skane. The only one that's a duchy in and of itself is Sjælland here, the island here. So we could potentially have 2 duchies, Gotland and Sjælland, but there's no way that we can get these other duchies without taking mainland provinces. So currently, if we're just looking at this region of the Baltics, we are stuck with 2 duchies maximum. Now, there are some island duchies that are further afield. For example, up here, there's obviously Man. That's starting to get pretty far away, and then the next ones are going to be like, Majorca or something like that, or the Canaries. Not going to happen. Not really interested in going for that. Even Man is too far away. And these ones I would consider, like Shetland and stuff like over here, I would consider these too far away. But there is one thing that I noticed that makes me reconsider that, and that is the fact that our dear wife here, Thora, has a claim on the High Chiefdom of Hjaltaland here. So this is a single island that's its own duchy. This is a duchy over here, the Northern Isles. These 2 islands are a duchy of themselves, but this single one here is its own duchy. And I wouldn't have normally considered that because I wanted to do this little Baltic island kingdom, but considering that our wife has a claim on this one, I think that this could be our 3rd duchy. So if we can take Sealand, probably pronouncing that wrong too, and Hjaltland, if we can take those two, and then with Gotland here, we will have all 3 duchies we need to found a new island kingdom. A mostly Baltic one, but you know, basically I'm imagining it like we're attempting to take the islands of the Baltic here to control all trade that's coming from the like basically from the Novgorod region, from the Ruthenia region that's coming, you know, up these rivers basically. And there's probably going to be like a lot of trade, right? Because like Ruthenia and all these places, they're going to be bringing trade in from the Black Sea, and you know, the Byzantines over here, they're going to be bringing it up these rivers. And you know, there's a lot of trade flowing through this region, through the Baltic, and Gotland itself was a powerful um influence in the trade in this region. So that's kind of our goal, is to build this little island kingdom, potentially a kingdom, if we can hit this goal here. And I think considering our wife has the claim on here, and considering that, you know, controlling these 3 islands here would give us, you know, control of the entire strait here. The Sound, I guess it's called. Is there a different name for this strait? Perhaps. But regardless, that's our goal here. So in order to do that, we're going to need to take some islands. Now, I don't want to just rush this goal, so we're going to take it slow. But we do have a very prime target here in Vinland. And as you can see, only 317 men. You know, I like a good fight. But considering that Vinland controls Bornholm right now, and they are extremely weak, I think that it would be perfectly acceptable for us to go and take that island from them while they're weak. Look, he doesn't even have any money. He's got a reasonable amount of troops, but it's not going to be enough to stop us here. So we're going to declare war right away, and we're going to go and take Bornholm here. We're not going to need any allies. We're not going to need probably anything. We're just going to drop right onto his island, capture the island, and if he wants to send some troops in here to try and stop us, he is more than welcome. However, I would honestly highly I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, he calls in an ally though. Well, he's calling in Jarl Ingoldir of Lancaster. Oh no, we're so afraid now. Courtiers come of age. Valdemar Flossison of Soderkoping. Not sure where this kid comes from, but he's, you know, actually, well, he's not a great fighter, but he is oh no, he's a Catholic Swedish kid? Demand conversion. No, he won't accept. Why do we even have you here? Where are you married to? This woman? Not sure where. Oh, and this is the brother of the Jarl of Ostergotland. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll keep you around, but as long as you fight for us here. He's not a very good fighter, but we'll make him fight. Anybody remember where this kid comes from? What do we have here? Betrothed can marry. I suppose you can marry. We'll allow it. Alright, even though he's a Catholic. I say that only in the context of the game. I have no personal stakes in that. You know, I'm just role-playing my character here, guys. Don't take anything by that. But obviously, your life ain't a big fan of the Catholics, considering that Sweden here is still converted to Catholicism, and as you can see, it's starting to spread here, actually quite significantly already. So some of Finland here, a little bit of Norway even, and then chunks of Sweden already starting to convert to Catholic. So, you know, your life is seeing his religion really struggle here. Oh no, there's an army. All right, well, let's fight them. Whose army is this? I suppose the army of the king there. Oh, we got a weak hook on... you lent Gerdaudas Calabajan a hand in their time of need during a fight, and it hasn't been forgotten. Oh, nice. Gerdaudas owes us a favor. Good. I mean, he's our marshal. He's a good man. Yeah. Oh, man, we absolutely... So they did put their army in there, and we just crushed it. Oh, poor King Styrbjorn. He's got his work cut out for him. Well, we're going to capture your island, and you're gonna beg us to take it from you, and you're gonna be nice about it, because if you aren't, well, we'll just have to go and well, who knows what we're gonna do? Probably raid you. All right, no events in that battle, but it was a significant victory. Barely lost any troops, and obviously our warriors are quite capable. Now, of course, Styrbjorn here is another Norse ruler, but you know, fighting between the Norse is not uncommon. Certainly, probably even the norm in some ways. So I'm not too worried about attacking fellow Norse rulers, but obviously, if we can, we're going to want to. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, there's some rebellion going on here. I do want to take Åland here, so I'm tempted to capitalize on an opportunity against Sweden here if time allows. I mean, they have more troops certainly than Vinland does, so they'll probably put up a better fight. Denmark is also a very tempting target that we will be looking at. But we'll see when we decide to go for it. We got to take this one, and the siege is probably going to take a little while anyways. So, like I said, I don't see the need to rush anything here. So we did get a little bit of prestige from these battles, I suppose. And because we're at such a prestige deficit, we are going to need to be winning battles. We're going to need to doing a lot of raiding to keep this up, because I don't want to reduce my men at arms at all if possible, because we do have some powerful neighbors. Like, even looking at some of these guys, like, a lot of these people are more powerful than us. You know, Sweden, even Norway. There's some weaker targets here. Oh. Raiders. Well, why don't we just leave a few troops down here, and we'll take the rest back. And we'll go and deal with these raiders. Who's foolish enough to come and raid us? Chieftain Owl of Sakala, an Estonian. Oh, he wants what? Revenge? All right, let's quick get into the sea. Oh, I do not want them to finish raiding us here. I think we're gonna get there in time, but we need to hurry up. I'm gonna speed up time just so we can get down there. I think we're gonna make it back. They're about halfway. Come on, get into the sea. All right, can we make it in time to stop this raid? I think we are just gonna make it. Come on, come on, come on. Oh man, this is really close. My sons, oh, we had twin sons? Oh, look at that. Oh, and one of them got the clubfoot. One of them inherited the clubfoot from their great-grandfather, from Ivar Twistfoot. Oh, well, it's too bad we already have a kid named Ivar. Well, we already have an Ivar. So, well, one will be Rogenvalder. Ingolfer, Halfdan. Let's see. Halfdan's a decent name. I'm tempted to name the other one Ivar as well, honestly. It's I don't think it was like too uncommon for like a Norse guy, like Norse people, to have like two sons with the same name kind of thing. That doesn't actually seem too surprising here. So, you know, I think we're gonna do that. Let's get a second Ivar here. So we'll have Ivar the Elder and Ivar the Younger. Maybe I'll go and add those nicknames in here. Let's see. Is it gonna do Ivar? We choose an ancestor. I could just type it in, but it does have that little accent over it. All right, we're just gonna type it in. You can be Ivar without the accent. All right, so we've got Halfdan and Ivar. We're gonna pause it here. Oh, okay, nice. And we did get to the battle just in time, which is good because our wife just gave birth to kids, and I don't want them in here. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna give them the nickname. We do have the nickname mod here, so you're gonna be Ivar the Younger, and this one will be Ivar the Elder. There we go. Now we've got the two Ivars here, Ivar the Younger and Ivar the Elder. So I think that's pretty fitting. All right, who are we going up against here? Odalem Lemby. You were a fool to try to raid us. They heard that Yorleif was gone, and so they brought their troops to bay, which was, as you can see, a foolish move for them. We didn't even face a single loss. but they lost all of their troops except for 2. We left 2 of them alive to send word back home to the Estonians. Like, don't even bother. As you can see, absolutely killed them except for 2 of their champions who live there. Look at that. Joanne still getting some kills. Hjalmar, Frostir, Branislav, Sigmund, Kjolbjorn, Onander, Jorander. Oh, our warriors are strong. Hrostir was wounded. Looking like a true berserker over here. Shirtless with just his bare fur cloak. Alright, I don't really... I'm a little bit worried about people coming and trying to raid us again, so I'm tempted to keep some of our troops on the island here while we have a few of them burn this down, or could we split this in half? Yeah, let's take the slightly better army here, and we'll bring these guys over, and we'll bring them back here. We'll leave 500 men under the command of Sigmund the Shield. So we'll leave you there. We're going to take over... Gerdaudas is sieging the army, so I'm going to take over the army here. And we'll come back and join with the rest of the army here. Commander promoted. My Marshal Gerdaudas has been showing off a promising new recruit. He may not be as of noble stock. Oh, but this guy is pretty good. He's a little bit slow. We got Thorbrandir here, but he is a strong warrior. Hell yeah. Bring him in. We need strong warriors. And he is a good Norse man here. Scrouty. He's from the house Scrouty. So he claims. There's never a quiet moment. My son and heir Ivar is so full of questions. Ooh, so he is a curious child. So that means that he's either going to go for diplomacy or learning. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see what kind of way he decides to go. Might not be a warrior, but, you know, perhaps the next generation won't be a warrior. Maybe he'll be a little bit more like his namesake, like the original Ivar. Alright, I'm not going to take over the siege because Gerdaudas is a little bit better at that. Offer of peace. Greetings. He wants a white peace. Hasn't enough blood been spilled in this pointless war of yours? Neither of us stand to gain anything by continuing. Well, actually, we stand to gain this island here. Like, you stand to gain more dead soldiers. We stand to gain anything that we can claim. So I don't know what you're talking about here. He would be a fool to attempt to try to land back on the island. Alright, so... yeah, we're actually not doing too bad in terms of the prestige because we can win some battles and we can get prestige back that way. So... call for confederation? No, we're not going to bother with that. Scheme at court. Nevoka is scheming against my courtier Ragnar. Why are you scheming? She's a part of a murder scheme against her. Let the traitor be known to all. Well, she's just part of a scheme, though. I don't usually arrest people for being part of a scheme, unless it's against, you know, unless it's against me. Plenty of scheming, plenty of people plotting and such things, and so, you know, I'm not going to... well, Theory is no longer our wet nurse. And we don't have any good wet nurses here, so that is unfortunate. Oh, I do have a couple prisoners. I got some of these kids here as prisoners. I think we might do what we've been doing and turning them into our wards because nobody wants to ransom them for money. So maybe we negotiate their release. We'll recruit them, demand their conversion, as we always do, and same for this kid as well. And we'll train them to be warriors, I suppose. They're basically going to be, you know, slaves essentially, but, you know, we'll call them indentured servants. Alright, how's this siege going? Come on. Secret exposed. My sister? Although there's no way to conclusively prove it, Eleodora, a commoner from Visegrad, has brought forward evidence that my sister Thekla, I didn't even know I had a sister named Thekla. Oh, well that's why. was fathered by my father Jarl Vemender. How could my own father do this to us? Do you know what this means? I'm pretty sure we all knew that Vemender was, you know, sleeping around here, and she does have the blood of Juliana and of Ivar in her, so as you can see by her traits here. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess this is our long lost sister, but she's over in Greece, so, you know, who really cares, I guess. Interesting. She's our half sister is this antiquarian for Strategos Sabatios. How good for her, you know, working her place up in life. All right, well, we're at a minus for war score. I'm surprised we didn't get anything from the battle that we won there, but apparently we did not. So, alas. All right, so let's finish off this siege. A couple of armies moving around, but nobody seems to want to threaten Gotland itself here. The rebellion going on. Haken. Oh, the Swedish, the Norse Swedish guys are rising up, but they got their butts kicked, so that's unfortunate for them. All right, how's the siege going? Come on. End the siege here. 3 days left, 2 days left, 1 day. There we go. We've taken Bornholm, and we've captured a prisoner as well. Oh, we captured the son? How did we capture the son of this guy? That's his son, right? Yeah, we captured his second son. Huh. Uh-huh. Well, I mean, no, we won't do that. I mean, we could just make him our, is he adding to our war score? Surely this, yeah, 25% to the war score here. Captured his heir. Oh, goody. All right, let's form up the army again, and I guess we'll go and land in his capital. How many troops does he have that he can bring to bear against this? Not enough, obviously. I don't think we need this 500 troops, so I'll leave them back there to defend our island here. Let's see. We could go for Household Guard here, which would be good. I'd like to go down and get the full gallantry. And so that's what we'll do. More knights is better knights? We can have 17. We obviously don't have enough, but that's fine. We have the space for it, though. Oh, do we have, can we get acclaimed knights? No, we can't. Not until you're a king, I guess. Or maybe you need to be feudal? We can call on our captain, or our ally, but we don't really need to. Alright. Looks like they've got a couple little armies. Oh, okay. They've got 2,000 troops. They're gonna go and back and try to siege that back down? Alright, let's go and take them down. We have a strategical impasse between Seymund and Onander, discussing the strategy for the war, but we are very capable and we know how to do both. All right, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take down their armies here. We should be able to pull this off with the troops that we have. They do outnumber us, but our troops are quite strong. They've still got the penalty here. We'll see if it lasts until we land. No, okay. We will have the disembarked, but I think we're still going to be able to pull off a victory here because we have the defensive bonus. Oh, and it's the king himself. Hell yeah. All right, Styrbjorn, let's see what you've got. You might outnumber us in terms of troops by 400, but is that going to be enough? And I doubt it. We didn't even bring all of our champions. Oh man, we're absolutely mogging you. That is unfortunate. Rather unfortunate for you. All right. Wow, we absolutely annihilated him. Nice. Wow, we captured a bunch of people too. Take a look at the prisoners here. Sismon Griffita. Oh yeah, look at that. Plenty of prisoners, including Gomez, our long-serving servant here. Sismon. We got Humpiofer. And we've got his son there as well. Oh no. And we absolutely annihilated your army here. 36 losses. Jeez. Why are our troops so powerful? I don't understand this. We're not even a landed character anymore. But seems like we had some interesting events in this one. Hrostir, the son of thunder, slew Chieftain Magnus. Hell yeah. And then Kolbjorn slew Casimirs. There we go. Nice. And we captured a couple of his people there. And the enemy was wounded as well. And now he's got to retreat. He's only got 4 troops left. 94 war score. Nice. All right, let's keep this rolling on here. I mean, we should get the ticking war score, but, you know, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind, sieging down his capital if we can. For just a little bit, anyways. We've got our market, constructed in our capital here. There we go. Oh, look at them. Trying to build up your army again. Oh, dear. The king has his 34 men. He was like, let's go and rally. Let's go and rally some of the enemy, and we captured him here. Oh, man, it's too bad he can't pay for a ransom. Oh, we could gain a weak hook on him. I mean, that's better than nothing, right? Because we're going to get the war score we need anyways. Or do we just execute him and take the war score? Interesting thought here. Who's his heir? This guy? Execute him? I don't see any need to execute him though. He's a Norse Satra guy. Ransom him. Negotiate release. Gain the weak hook. Yeah, I suppose we could ransom him. Get the hook on him. He owes us a favor. I don't know if that's really going to be useful at all. But he doesn't have any money. And he's not going to make any money. So better to get a hook than nothing. So yeah, we'll do that. We're still going to get the war score from it all. So yeah. So we'll let him live, but we release him. But we're sieging down his capital anyways, so. poor guy. Well, you know, should have just given us the island. A white piece he wanted. Silly. Thorbrand here. Oh, he's become a blade master here. Nice. Not too bad. All right, we're gonna get that war score we need. I probably won't bother sieging them down, so there we go. Got this war score we need. Oh, let's take a look quickly at that battle. We lost 3 men, but we captured him in battle, so there we go. All right, that war's done. We gained some legitimacy, we gained some prestige and all such good things, and we gain ourselves the island. Oh, do we still have his son as a prisoner? We do. Well, we'll hold on to him for now. Maybe we'll ransom him back later. Now we've got Bornholm as one of our islands. Perfect. So there we go. But our prestige is looking a little bit low. However, I would like to boost that by potentially raising a runestone. This gives us a nice boost of prestige, piety, and legitimacy. And we can potentially get a clout runestone, which will boost our levy size by plus 50%. So that's what we're going to do. Perhaps to my vanquished foe, yeah. I mean, we could do one to our dearly departed father, but I'd like to get a clout one. So let's do it to this war that we just won here. But we'll build the runestone in Gotland because, yeah, that's going to be better. Well, actually, will it? Okay, actually, it might make sense to build it in Bornholm here. Because I think we're going to get the plus 50%. I think that's just like a bonus modifier here. And the control growth in Bornholm could actually be good. And it makes sense to put the Conquest one in Bornholm. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to build it there because that's going to help boost up the control growth over here. Because control is at 0. And I would potentially like to put Gerdautis on dealing with that. Let's build up the control over there. All right, did we get the bonus from that? Jarl Hreirecker is converting... Oh, is it not a Satro? It is a Satro. It's converting the chiefdom of Bornholm. Who's the Skane? How are you trying to convert it? And I'm confused. I'm a little confused. Maybe he's trying to convert this part over here, Skane itself. Strange. No matter. They're not gonna succeed. All right, we can station a men-at-arms regiment. Perfect. That means we can station these guys over here. that's going to boost them up a little bit. So we're going to have even more powerful Huskarls. And I suppose we should probably do some raiding, shouldn't we? I don't want to... Oh, yeah, okay. Sweden's relatively strong here. Not too strong. Now, I do... there is something I want to do here, but I don't want to do it just yet. So I'm gonna hold off on Sweden for now. I think we'll take this conquest, and then I think we'll probably do some good raids because we'll need the prestige here. So let's build that up. Let's get our raiders ready to go. Let's see, where are we gonna raid? Lithuania's actually got a decent chunk of money over here, but question is, do we want to start doing some bigger raids, like on our bigger enemies here? They got a ton of troops over here, though. Could we pull off some raids on, I'm curious how strong our troops are right now, you know? Could we, I mean, I don't think we could defeat 9,000 troops. 90, yeah, we would get killed by this army for sure. Could we defeat the English army? Could we go in and maybe hit the Anglo-Saxons over here? You know what? I'm tempted to do that. I'm tempted to do a little bit of a raid on the Angles. So let's head over. We'll go and raid our way up the coast. Emander Greifensblood. Oh, this is one of the prisoners. Oh no, this isn't a prisoner. This is the son of Prince Njord here, who is, I mean, actually, he's a decent fighter. Should find you a wife if we can here. Let's arrange a marriage for you too. Yeah, all the women in our court are a little bit older. I mean, this could be a betrothal. The daughter of the King of Estonia, whom we have in the court. I suppose we could set up that betrothal. Ravensblood to a daughter of the King of Estonia. That seems reasonable. And that could give us a chance to push some, you know, push some claim type things over there, you know, give us a little legitimacy if we attempt to take that, because, you know, this guy is, you know, one of our servants here, so. There it goes. It has stopped now, the conversion attempt. All right, let's go on some raids, lads. Our wife has become pregnant. I am pretty certain that all of these kids are ours. Like, even though this kid's got some dark hair, you know, our family does have dark hair here from Juliana and from the Iberian side of the family. Actually, it's kind of funny that you might not think it, but Jarl Jorleif here, his DNA is actually technically, he has the Iberian or whatever it is, like, he's not technically a Northern Germanic DNA. He's got the Iberian DNA, so it's come down through his, so that presumably that Vemender had that as well. If you look in your debug mode, you can see the characters, like cultural, their ethnicity essentially. So okay, there's a little bit of an arm. Oh man, actually, this place has just been raided like crazy. Okay. Oh, holy moly, that is so much money down here. All right, I think I mean, our father raided Canterbury at one point, so maybe it's time we come back and raid it for ourselves, because that is a lot of money. Can we defeat the English army though? 4,200? Man, I think we gotta try. I think we have to try, because that's a lot of money. The Demon Star, Algol, the Demon Star as it is known, is currently in a most unfortuitous position in the sky. I've been warned by a number of scholars knowledgeable in the science of astrology that due to Algol's association with violence, death, and misfortune, I should be careful engaging in any major business of a military or political nature for the time being. Other scholars, however, are uncertain whether Algol's position is truly that detrimental, and that I shouldn't act too rashly just because of it. These scholars are mainly defenders of Orthodox Asatru, who are skeptical that we can discern the exact meaning from stars like Algol, even if such stars may influence us as divine celestial bodies. You have gained negative influence of Algol. Ooh. True, it's hard to say what Algol's influence is. I'll take the necessary precautions just in case. Historical context. Across many cultures in the world, in the old world, the store Algol was associated with violence, death, and misfortune. It comes from the Arabic word for star, Ras Al Ghul. Oh, that's where it comes from in Batman, I suppose. Um, Meaning the head of the demon or the head of the ghoul. The first record we have of Algol comes from the ancient Egyptian calendars. Ooh, okay, so this could actually be bad for us. Let's see. What happens? Is this a different negative influence one? No, they're both the same. So I think we'll take the necessary precautions. I'm not... man, maybe we... Does that, like, get us to second guess the raid of Canterbury here? Maybe not. We can raid pretty quick. But maybe we just raid it and run? Good question. Well, we are super fast at raiding. Bam, look at that. Already filled up half of our ship here. Do we press it? Ah, man. I'm a little bit worried about their 4,200 troops. I know our troops are pretty strong though, and Yorleif himself is pretty capable. The disembark one is gonna hurt us. I don't know. Maybe if we attempt this, it's gonna be unwise. But we need to make a big raid, come back with a bunch of money. All right. Curious where their army's gonna be. They're for sure gonna come to try to stop us. Maybe we just do a little bit of a raid, and then we take that or the thing to heart here. Good question. Man, we already got a ton of money here. Do we want to fill up completely? Maybe we do. Let's push it. Let's push it. Oh, this guy wants to pay us to release the kid? Okay. We'll accept that. That's a good amount of money. Alright, we lost the disembark, so I'm feeling a little bit better about our chances in a fight here. I'm not sure where their army is. It's still gonna be possibly in their favor. Okay, they got another prisoner here. Perfect. We're gonna release him. We shouldn't get too greedy here. We probably shouldn't get too greedy. Just raid Kent and Sussex and move on. Like, how much money? We're already at almost. Oh man, we're almost there. Maybe we go take Surrey here. Or Kingston. Maybe. Could get the money we need from over here too. Just trying to play it a little bit smart. I don't want to get smoked by a massive Anglo-Saxon army here. Oh man, there's so much money in this region. It's so tempting. But I think we're going to grab this money. We're filled up. They couldn't even muster the army to stop us. And Yorleif here is clearly pretty good at raiding. Oh my god, more twins? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, how 2 sets of twins is that's actually insane. Oh, but our wife was a twin as well, so it must be in the bloodline. Thorgils and Thorun. Kind of like that actually. Did they inherit any traits? Nope. These two both have no traits. I actually like these names. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing this right now, right? This little character, is that called the Thorn? I think that is what it's called. So, but I'm probably wrong again. But anyways, that's what I'm calling them: Thorgils and Thorun. Cool. More twins. All right, let's get this raid done. And then I'm feeling like we probably pushed our luck enough, and honestly, we're already full up on loot anyway. So that was a pretty good raid of England, actually. We got ourselves like a nice chunk of money there pretty quickly. So that is actually not too shabby at all. Let's take this back home because we're rich, baby. We just raided Canterbury. You know what? It was only like, what, 10 years ago that Vemender raided Canterbury, and so they probably... Ooh, Dynasty Legacy, yeah. All right. Ooh, Pillage. Oh, you know what? Our family's been going down the adventure route. But Pillage now, we're kind of a little bit more like pillagers. Huh, maybe we do that. Oh, look at these. Nice. Yeah, prestige and fame from battles is going to be super helpful. Naval speed is also nice. +1 prowess is just a nice little bonus. I think we might have to go for at least this and maybe the second one here because those are nice. Those are nice ones. I'm taking this. I think that's a good one actually. The speed is kind of whatever, but double the prestige and fame from battles is actually going to be very helpful for us. Considering that we're basically running ourselves at a prestige deficit here to maintain our pretty strong army. So that's what we're gonna be doing for now. All right, let's get this loot back to shore, and let's see how much we make from this here. I mean, we know how much we're gonna make. A lot. Damn. All right, that is actually pretty good. Oh, look at that. And here we have achieved that 3rd level, which means we are now only the duchies. We only need these 2 duchies, 2 extra duchies to take that decision to found a new kingdom. So that is something that we could consider doing. I mean, Denmark is not strong. We would definitely be able to take Denmark down. Let's disband our army here for a sec. Could we take Denmark down, and how easily could we take it down? Conquer the duchy, Sealand here. The Jarldom of Sealand will be destroyed after the war, so we'd have to reform it, but that wouldn't be. Oh man, she's in debt. I think that we are going to have to do this one. It's just such a prime opportunity. And, you know, controlling Bornholm and then controlling these islands here is going to give us full control over all ships passing through this region of the Baltic. And then once we'll have control of the southern Baltic. And then once we can take Saaremaa and Åland here, we're going to control the northern Baltic. So any trade coming through here or down these rivers here, or any trade that's coming into the Baltic, all going to be going through our lands. And so I think that's going to make us a pretty powerful pirate king. But this is all plans for the next episode. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.